この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I'm here for Mushishi. We're starting with episode 22 of season 1. Last week we had one particularly cool episode and one particularly uncool episode. The cool episode, we met Tanyu and Tama, a retired Mushishi and a Mushishi adjacent historian and record keeper and writer of knowledge and keeper of ways and keeper of crypts and stuff, who was like chosen for that because of a birthmark that makes her leg not work and is in constant pain because of it. And she also has a really interesting relationship with Ginkgo, and I didn't think this would ever happen, but I totally ship it. I do. I do. I'm into it. Some great characterization, some cool Mushishi lore and stuff all the way through the episode, and an indication of how different Ginkgo is from many other Mushishi. And then we immediately followed that up with horrifying, absolutely terrifying mushroom Mushishi children who invade your home and do the whole cuckoo thing, but they're creepy mushroom children who don't have any sense of anything and just want to eat your food and gather energy and spread their seeds and be really fucking creepy. It was spooky as hell, vampire children monster vibe thing with a great set of horror direction and like an insane storyline. I did not like that episode, but that's not true. I really liked the episode in that it made me really dislike the episode. Not what I want out of Mushishi, but hot damn, that was interesting. Also, Ginkgo sort of just like carried them away as goop, because he can do that, and he decided that he wanted to, so fuck it, Ginkgo's crazy. Those were our last week's episodes of Mushishi. I don't know what to expect at all anymore. Episode 20 was totally normal, totally cool Mushishi stuff, and then episode 21 was the most dramatically horrifying thing that we've had. Not in the same sort of way as like the bridge episode where people are the real problem and like sometimes people can't be saved because they don't want to be saved. This one was just there were some Mushi and they're horrifying monsters that imitate children and do really creepy shit, and I don't like it. But that has basically no bearing on what we're going to watch this week. We're going to start with episode 22, something about a shrine, something about a sea. We've had a number of interesting sea-related episodes with boats and fog and stuff, and they are slipping out of my mind. There have been a couple. Great. Let's see what the sea has for us to see. Yeah. So I've got episode 22 of Mushishi up and ready to go. It's at 0 seconds. There will be two versions, picture-in-picture version in the description, timer on YouTube, beep beep timer to count you down. Let us go. Oh yeah, it's matcha day with a little bit of honey. It's really good. It's so good. Fuck. All right, where are we gonna start? Where be Ginkgo? Are we under the water? No. Okay. Oh, is that a dead person? Yeah. Rip. It's a very cool frame. Oh, diving. Not having much luck, are we? Oh, hello, Ginkgo. I see you there, boy. Okay. Hello, boyo. Young adult. We know that. We've run into a few islanders. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the framing is very similar to, like, the very early island episode with the flowers. Okay, that's the location. Is that glowing? Is there a glowing thing? It is. Hmm. Hmm. Damn right I do. I'm the foremost expert in things like that. Hell yeah. Oh, you are not a dude. I apologize. Sweet. Oh, an island full of snakes. That's fun. Ugh. Need some saint, whoever it was that drove out all the fucking snakes. Mana. Mana is the lost one. Huh. Rough. Instantly rough. That's really pretty. That's also really pretty. That's also triple really pretty. That's boring. It only appears when the moon isn't out. Ah. Hmm. I don't know the Naoshi part. Umi is ocean, of course. Or sea. Okay. Okay. What? Mana Isana? Oh, tell me this isn't another thing where we've got children who are actually Mushi. What the fuck? So the whole thing about being reborn in the beginning. But she's dying. So he puts her there so she dies in the trench. I mean, if it's what she wants. Yeah. Whoa. And so you choose reincarnation. Holy what? That's crazy. But of course, she still doesn't want to admit that her mother is dying. The day of rebirth, huh? But she won't be her. Will she be human at all? Ha- Having a child? She's gonna give birth to her mother? But by who? The moon? What the fuck? Right. That is super creepy. He was dead more than 9 months ago. Yep. Zero shot. Me too. But do you want to know? Because I don't think it's your mom. Yeah, but we done seen people who've been given birth to who appear human, but then they're fucking mushrooms. Imagine yourself slipping into darkness. That makes sense. Oh, fuck that. Looks just like her mom. God damn, that's weird. That's weird. I mean, this seems okay. I don't see a massive moral issue with this necessarily. Right, because I'm not that person. Okay. All right. Just don't turn green and start murdering people, and I'll be happy. Yeah, she's cute. Seems like a person. Really weird. Really, really weird. Okay, we go out here. We check some stuff. That's a big trench. It's dark. Okay. It's super similar to the plants one, where there's something weird going on that's like, yeah, but yeah, there's something weird here. But as she grows up... Yeah, there's something weird about this freezing. And yet... I mean, yeah, it's a reincarnation of a person via weird pearl that you swallowed. There's something strange going on here. But is it just strange, or is it somehow weirder? I guess that's what we'll find out. It's some kind of mushi under there that's spawning like salmon. These are eggs or something. Dragon Balls. Yeah, I was about to say, get the microscope out. Okay. It's just like row. Uh-oh. Micro Mushi? Something weird? I mean, yeah. Okay. Return them? So you're saying that it's like the genetic markers of your mom herself? Okay. She is your child. I mean, in a weird metaphysical sense, she can't. Right. But it's weird, Ginkgo. It's not normal. Okay. Hi, Isana. Okay. Please don't try to murder him and throw him into the trench. Please don't do that. I don't have the right to take away your happiness. I mean, there doesn't seem to be anything... I don't know if she wants that. Okay. See, but you, as Mana, your previous mom self, chose this. There's a difference. Yeah, it's stormy. Don't go on the sea in the typhoon. Don't do it. Good. Yep. Good. Unless it's the island trying to keep you there, which could be weird. Oh, no. Oh, no. Creepy. Too creepy. Nope. Just made that out of nothing. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's weird. It's weird. Yep. Yep. She even did the same vocal patterns. Oh, God. It's weird. Nope, 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 nope. Weird. Weird, 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 weird. Stop it. I mean, you do. That is a child. Uh-oh. You're going to get swept out, my dude. Fuck. Ginkgo, can we get the save? Holy shit, she's gone. Huh. Not stopping you, I'm going with. Let's go, save your mom. Daughter, mom. Is she looking off into the water? Holy shit, they are grabbing her. She's part of this, though. Is she somehow part of this? And able to avoid it? What the fuck? Let's go, mom, daughter. Let's fucking go. Yeah! Yeah! Up. Fuck. Will Ginkgo get a glimpse? Oh man, Ginkgo, you gotta pull some weird Mushi stuff. These rotating shots are awesome. Yeah, probably. I don't want a different Ginkgo. Let's go Super Saiyan or something, man. Are they retreating from him? From both of them. Because of time? Because of the moon? Because of something? Why? And then she saves both of them. Oh. The moonlight? The moonlight. Explain it in clear terms, please. What? That was tense. That was freaking tense. Huh. That feed on experience almost. Eh. Oh. You fucking crazy. You fucking crazy, girl. Mm-hmm. And crazy, cool, weird. fully accepts her as her child. Final line of the episode or something close to it. I like it. I like it a lot. And that's what the whole underlying like subtext is a mother being unable to accept this child for a time. Yeah, but it's not like it's filling the void by being like, "Oh, you lost somebody important to you. It's time for you to overcome. Here's a puppy." It's like this is the puppy that is also your parent who's dead. It's weird. It's weird, but it's smooshy stuff. It's always weird. I like this episode. It had a really solid tension spike there in the middle end portion that shifted everything and changed everything in a really interesting way. That's cool. This is cool. And it's a very pretty episode as well. The purple hues of the moonlight. Pretty neat. All right, what's next? Creepy fucking shit. Next episode. We had one good one, now we get a really creepy one. Okay. That is a huge turnoff of an episode title. The Sound of Rust. All that I could think is like rusty metal screeching on rusty metal, and I don't like it very much. Okay, cool. Interesting. We'll find out what that is in a minute. For now, we got this episode to talk about. Ooh, this one's a tight 22 minutes. This one's pretty sick. I like it a lot. It's definitely a weird one, and it hits that note of Mushishi weirdness where we know that something is like wrong here, but like in a something is off, something is strange, but not necessarily morally or ethically despicable or horrifying or wrong. It's weird, but it's also a really cool idea. The idea of a mushi, a spirit organism that feeds off of, quote, as they call it, like the lifetime that an animal has lived. And you can tell that there was some struggle in translating that and putting it into words because it's tough. But I think saying like it feeds off of experience or time alive, right, is a really interesting concept, and that it would mutualistically return people to life in order to give them or animals in order to give them more chances to live more so that they might then be consumed more potentially is super interesting. I wonder if a person who has like been reborn as an Uminaoshi can then again be born as an Uminaoshi. I don't see why not, because the food supply is the experience and the person gets to have that experience again. It's a really interesting concept. It's in a way tempting, this idea of as all reincarnation or resurrection mythoses are very tempting, we all generally fear death, fear non-existence, and the opportunity, you could say, to not non-exist, to be reborn and to know that you're going to be reborn is very tempting, which is why I'm surprised that it's not so sinister, because usually in story that kind of thing ends up being sinister when you tempt people with eternal life or the ability to be resurrected or the ability to be reincarnated. There's some cost to it, and it seems that in the case of the Uminaoshi, there is no true cost. There's nothing lost except to the people around the individual who may not be able to reconcile it. And that's sort of, I think, the emotional core of this episode, which is not, uh, oh, there's something wrong with this situation, these things are creepy, but instead a very personal situation where I think her name is Mio has a difficulty accepting Isana as being her child. There's something that strikes a wrong, a discordant note within her, and she doesn't feel it. And, if you want, Mushishi, sometimes we can take these things and apply them to real world circumstances in a really powerful way. And sometimes we kind of can't. And this one kind of walks the line in between. I think it is possible and it does happen where parents don't see what they want to see or expect to see in their children, have a hard time accepting their children. And that's something that needs to be overcome, potentially through like therapy, or through internal strength like she demonstrates here. But I don't feel like that's really the point of this one. Instead, this one feels like it's an interesting ships passing in the night story where we look at it and we examine it and we say that's a very interesting mystery. And we start off with this relationship that's troubled between mother and daughter. And it comes to a head during the storm when Isana turns to her and repeats the exact same lines that her mother had about being a giant fish and swimming deep down into the ocean as a way of falling asleep. And that freaks her mom out. It really freaks her out. But then we bring it. It's so good in terms of like pacing and flow of the episode. We bring that internal tension to a head, and then we resolve it and create catharsis through a physical experience of tension where the mother is about to be lost, and Isana jumps into the boat and gets going, and we get one of those really cool Ginkgo moments where he puts his hand on the boat, and we're almost thinking like, oh, he's gonna try to stop her and be like, no, she's gone, blah blah blah. But instead, there's none of that, and he's just like, we got to do this carefully, let's go. And he's on the same page as she is going after the mom. That's super cool. Ginkgo's such a badass. I love that kid. I love Ginkgo, and I also love that kid because she's also kind of a fucking badass. Reminiscent to an extent of the other island episode with the flowers, and the chosen one and all of that stuff, except not sinister and not run by some somewhat evil house family head guy. Gosh, there are a lot of pretty shots as well. I mean, indoors we get this orangish glow, but outdoors everything is bathed in these lavendery deep purples that I really like. And just the idea of this weird island and this weird stuff is really cool and weird. But there are a bunch of people on the island who are living happy lives as Uminaoshi, and it seems to be good for the individuals who are living those lives, and it seems to be good for the people who love them and want them to keep living those lives. And there doesn't seem to be some sort of like massive overpopulation issue because of people staying alive constantly, and there doesn't seem to be any weird shit where they turn into fungi and try to kill everyone, and they seem like people. So can't hate it. Seems like the best possible situation where some weird reincarnation life after death thing can happen is that they live after death as normal human fucking beings. Born of weird mushy shit, but that doesn't seem to affect them. I love the process, the images of these like almost glowing pearls that are roe almost. They're like super seeds with all genetic information of all sorts of different animals and embryo of all kinds of things in them is fucking crazy and super cool. The setup of this whole scene diving us right directly into the next scene where we see Isana and she looks exactly like Mana did. Is creepy and weird, and it's off-putting, and then we juxtapose that immediately with direct conversations with Ginkgo that demonstrate that Isana is her own person and is happy being her own person and loves her mom. I'm happy to have been born to mom, right? Like, and the most important thing is the little cut where we have a character be cute and then turn around and look at us and do a little it's just crucial when you're trying to make a character cute and likable to make them cute and likable, and they nail it. The show nails it. She's cute and likable. How can we hate this? If there'd been a little bit more of that with the creepy mushroom kids, I would hate them more because it would be it would be worse. But in this case, she's not a creepy mushroom kid. She's a person. And it's really cool. The whole, like, Mushi pseudoscience behind it is super neat. Getting to see Ginkgo go investigative and figure out what's going on here is great. Getting to see Ginkgo play therapist and explain that you are her mom, and she's not your mom, she's her own person now, and some things about her might be a little weird, but she needs you. And that seems to be really important for her to hear. And it comes to a head during the whole storm thing. And the child jumps in and saves her mother. No hesitation, like a fucking badass. I was wondering if Ginkgo was going to awaken some super Mushi powers or something here. And, Ginkgo starts glowing and blazing with the power of the white fish that stole his eye or some bullshit, or it retreats from him because he's weird and already touched by Mushi or something like that. But no, just circumstances permit it, and we get really lucky. The storm passes, the moon comes out, and it disappears. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Cool as hell. Um, Great episode, cool concept, great execution. Characters are solid and well portrayed, both in the acting and the voice acting, both in Mana and Isana and the mother in between. The grief and opportunity to avoid grief is really interesting. And I think if there's anything sinister, or not even sinister, but anything weird about this whole situation, it's that death is a natural part of life, and the ability of this community to avoid death, or experiencing the deaths of those around them, to avoid experiencing the deaths of those around them, might be weird for the community. But we don't get any of that in the episode, and it's not the focus of the episode, so it doesn't matter. This one's really well executed. On a premise that seems creepier than it is, it manages to demonstrate that it's not as creepy as we think, and to show individual characters being strong, interesting, powerful, and making their own choices in a really cool and interesting way, where Mushi affect this island and make it an island of not immortals, but constant reincarnation and rebirth. Really, really interesting episode. I like it a lot. 8.5 out of 10 Mushishi episode. Good freaking stuff. Solid as hell. Okay, cool. I think that's gonna be my piece for Mushishi episode 22. Let's take a little break, do a little sync, get all my tracks up in order, and I'll be back in a second for episode 23 of Mushishi. Peace. All right, we are ready, set, go for episode 23 of Mushishi. The sound of rust. I, again, really don't like the sound of that title. We'll see if it's, yeah. Beep beep timer. All right, immediately reds. A sorrowful call. We are snowy now. Is that a baby? Or a dying cat? On trees? Not lichen? What? What? I don't like it. Hello. Hi. Person with red colored jacket. Okay. Bye. I love the way that that tree in the bottom left is drawn. I like it a lot. The gradient colors on it and the flatness. Okay, people are covered in rust too. There is weird disease shit going on, and it's weird. Some, like... Did we fuck up and mine too much or something? Is this Mononoke stuff? It's like... Is it contagious? That's the girl we just saw. Everybody gets it. But she doesn't. That's surprising that you haven't executed her yet, honestly. Not that that would be the solution, but that's what a village would probably do. Of course. Oh, you motherfuckers. Yeah, fuck you. You got another bag? Thanks. Fucking you over? Yeah, it doesn't seem so. She doesn't seem to talk, though, right? She's mute? Yeah, but people don't think that way. Again, I'm quite surprised that a town like this wouldn't have just executed her. Like... Oh. Thank you. Homeboy McSlicey. I'm just wandering through, my man. Alright. Yeah, let's get some samples. You do? Hey. Just trying to take care of her family. Hello. What's in that cave you went to? What's up with that? Oh. Can everyone else not? I mean, if it can be cured. Wait, if she speaks, it causes it? Oh. Sound of rust. But they can't see it? Whoa, let's not. Yeah, that seems bad. No, well, okay. Fuck. Well, that's a shitty way. Jesus. Hmm. 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 So they found food. Right. With a different sound? Oh. So she just has a particular tone to her voice that attracts all of these Mushi that cause this issue? That's fucking crazy. That's fucking awesome. It's a really cool mystery. They hungry. They very, very hungry. Num 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 num. Yum town. Yum trees. Yep. As is the whole tone of the whole thing. Is that the boyo? Yeah, that's the boyo. Hello, boyo. You're waiting for Shige, huh? Nah, you think she's cute. She is. Ja. Because he's new? Hmm. That they blow in? Hmm. Aww. Aww. Yeah, okay. Oh. Tetsu. Oh. Oh, give a letter. Oh. Woof. Oh, cool. I can't read. Oh. Eh. Fucking hell, he can't read. Here. Thank you. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, no. Tie her up, put her in the basement. Tie her up, put her in the basement. Oh shit, too many people. Can't do it. Now everything's fucked and you're gonna destroy yourselves. She's the only one who can cure you, you dumbasses. Ya fools. We gotta leave. You and me, we gotta leave. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, I know exactly what they'll do to her. They're gonna burn her at the stake. They're gonna kill her. Nope. Ginkgo needs to arrive right now. And we need to bounce. Hello. Let's bounce. No, you need to leave, Ginkgo. There's no convincing a mob. Yeah, you gotta go. Cool. Let's bounce, Tattoo. Hey. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Witch hunt. Witch hunt. Hunt the witch. Kill the witch. Burn the witch. She's not here. She's not here. Fuck you. Yep. It doesn't matter. She's a witch. Burn the witch. There's no difference. Yeah. By being fucking silent. Well, really? Oh, we can fix that. We can fix that. By fixing it. Let's fix it. This is a very calm mob. That's the only unbelievable thing about the whole thing. Fuck the rest stuff. It's all totally believable. That this mob, with all the shit they've been through, it would be calm and not be actively swinging axes and stuff? Nah, no chance. They'd be on a murder. Oh boy. Yeah. Sweet, let's start a new life. Let's go. Oh. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, do not scream. Oh, fuck. Where is Tetsu? He went after her, didn't he? But if you do... Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Fuck. Oh my god. But is that's actually what's going to cure it? It's going to draw it all away. Wow, that's a crazy effect. That's super cool. That's the cure. Weird. Weird. Oh, that's so crazy weird. Is he dead? But he's not dead. Woo! Okay. All right. The town is saved. Go somewhere else and scream. Draw them out. Oh. Oh, that's when he scraped it and he checked. Oh. Fucking sick. Well, let's go live by the sea forever. Yeah, we gotta do this again. We gotta do this hard. Oh, wow. Gotta go to the ridge. Nah, she been screaming for a long time. Wonder how they did that, if they're just, like, echoing her. Interesting. Hi. Her voice changed back. Sweet. Fiend? Fiend. Good episode. Good one. Good one. Meta Mushi social problem solved by Ginkgo. Sick. Also with the tension spike, with the falling down. Sick. Pretty kindly view of people, though. I know that it's generally an optimistic show, but pretty optimistic view of people. I'm gonna stand by my. We'll talk about it once this ends. Okay, and next time will be Journey to the Field of Fire. That sounds awesome and gives me Sangatsu no Lion flashbacks because of the whole like the Burning Fields episodes. Woo! Okay, I'm into it. Another red themed kind of episode. So visually, a very red themed episode, stark with the bright whites of the snowy landscape, and a really interesting story. As I was saying during the end, sort of a meta Mushi and social issue where the Mushi are the rust themselves, and we've just got a character, Shige, who has this weird trait that draws them in and thereby causes all of these problems. By just being herself, she causes problems to the people around her, which is rough and is one of those things where we can take that and apply it to all sorts of real world circumstances. Um, uh, uh, However you want to. Like children with various kinds of issues or problems can be seen as a detriment to their town or a detriment to their area, or even be seen as cursed. The optimism thing that I was sort of talking about as we faded out into the ED is that this this episode takes a very optimistic viewpoint on like the villagers, right? I think that in a non-technologically developed society like this, where ideas of like not exactly witchcraft but curse and things are present, and they have a clear scapegoat in Chie and believe her to be the cause of the issue because she actually is. I don't think there's any way that this child makes it past the age of like 8. I think the villagers kill her, and that's not the story we're trying to tell, and I understand that, and it's kind of irrelevant because it's not the story that we're trying to tell. But I don't think there's any way that this village doesn't take the child and murder her, and probably her parents. We see it just for a flash in the woman who reads the letter and is like, "Clean out the furnace. We got to get rid of every trace of this shit. This is gonna infect us all. It's gonna be bad." People get really scared when somebody seems to be the cause of something that's causing problems, and it doesn't even have to be as clearly and obviously linked as this is, right? Like somebody moves to town and the harvest stops coming in quite the right way. That's a witch. Burn them, kill them, get rid of the issue. We need to be safe. Similarly, when they actually find out and the mom goes after them, they go after them like to talk. I don't buy it. That kind of mob goes out there with lanterns and torches and pitchforks and scythes, and gets murdery. When a small town, a small sort of medieval-esque community like this has a fear like that, that fear turns into anger and self-protection and defense. But again, those ideas are pretty irrelevant to the actual story that is being told in this episode, and the actual story that's being told in this episode is a really interesting one. The mystery of the rust is immediately apparent and really neat. The weird screaming thing that is the answer to the question is introduced immediately as Ginkgo walks through. Shige as a character is interesting. Why does she not talk? And that gets explained to us in time in a really effective and cool way. We do see the scorn of the villagers, but again, it's like petty scorn. Giving her a bag with a hole in it to carry her food is like super low level scorn in comparison to just kill her, which seems more likely to me, but again, it's irrelevant. The whole concept of the rust and the fact that we see the rust all the way through makes us think that everybody can, but it turns out that they can't. They just know that they're getting sick and getting weird, and that's pretty interesting. He is cool and is into her and is open-minded to some extent, which is pretty great. And her family and parents are also great. The way that Ginkgo sets up this thing with the weird smoke that lets her actually talk is super cool. And the way that her voice sounds and then the way that Ginkgo describes her voice sounding is also really cool. And I wonder what effects they did in post to make her sound like that, because that's not a human's voice. There's something else done. Probably some sort of like echo or reverb or two versions of the same track at slightly different timings, like 1 millisecond apart or a few milliseconds apart, creates a portion of that effect and then some sort of filtering on top of it. Either way, it's really cool and really, I don't know, ethereal and weird and unique to have this young female character speak with such hoarseness and strangeness. But we see the whole development of the situation of her as a person, and I think that we drive it home really well in Ginkgo's speech to the mob, where he says to them effectively, like, she's been atoning for this her whole life. She realizes that she's the cause of it. She's not speaking because she doesn't want it to spread further. And that's really touching and kind of heartbreaking and really cool. Also, the little note passing thing is really cute. The fact that he can't read, also very cute and very silly. I figured that if she didn't know how to read and write, then he probably doesn't either. Like, why would he? And fucking grandma picks up the letter and finds out the bad stuff. And so the somethings and the Montagues go to war. Let's fucking go. And then we get ourselves the run away, run into the mountains sequence, leading into this whole conversation where he invites her to his home, which is super nice. The cherry on top being that the sea breezes prevent those mushi from coming near, which is very interesting and very odd because, well, I guess it's because sea breezes cause real rust, right? Like salty air causes real degradation of metal objects, and I guess the fake rust mushi don't like being near real rust stuff, which is pretty interesting. We get into a very tense situation here at the bottom, and Shige decides that breaking her vow of silence kind of is worth it to save Tetsu, and so she screams out for help, and it turns out that doing exactly that is the thing that saves the town to some extent, or slowly pulls those mushi out of the town and slowly saves it. Happy ending to what could have been a much more terrifying story, and I'm super glad. I think this is a gorgeous episode, just color-wise. The whole red, white, gray theme is all throughout, and once we get out into safety and health and happiness, we jump into these bright blue, light blue skies, bright green mountains and forests and stuff, and we know that they found a better place to be. A place where they can be and where Shige doesn't cause harm to people and doesn't harm herself by knowing that she can cause harm to people. I think that's super excellent. I think that the general color work and thematic elements of this episode are really cool. The social elements are really cool and really scary. They don't dive as dark as they certainly could. And again, take a pretty optimistic view of people, that they would, the master in the big house's mercy would help people like this. I don't know if that tracks with human nature, but it's an optimistic viewpoint, and that's cool. That's okay. I like Shige as a character. I like Tetsuo as a character. Ginkgo does a cool job of figuring out what's going on. The mystery is intriguing. The way the mystery is solved is even more intriguing. And the tension spike in the middle with the whole falling situation is really neat. And well done. I like this episode. I like it a lot. It doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi as the previous episode, as 2022. Something about it doesn't resonate with me quite as much. I guess because I'm just not quite as interested in it, but I'm not sure why that is. I will say that the applicability of a person who is an outcast from their own village or from their own society because others believe that she is harming them is a very interesting one. And I think that anyone who feels like they are outcast for something that they can't help, for something that is natural about them, might take a lot of interest and resonate much more strongly with this episode than I do. And I think that's pretty neat. All around, a cool story, an interesting mystery, and a really well executed 23 minutes of motherfucking Mushishi. Let's go. Yeah, I think that's my whole take on this episode. Is good episode. I'd say probably like a 7.5 Mushishi episode as compared to last episode's 8 plus. Cool. I like it. I like both of these. I didn't like the title of this one because it wigs me out. The Sound of Rust sounds terrible, but it ended up being really interesting, and props. Mad props to Mushishi and the staff for making the episode. Good stuff. I'm going to wrap there. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Mushishi, episodes 22 and 23. I hope you've enjoyed them as much as I have, or more, especially this one. Again, I think there are people who might find more of themselves in this episode in 23 than I do, and I think that's totally valid and super cool. Either way, we'll be back next week for more Mushishi. There are 3 episodes left. We might knock them all out one by one and do them all next week. But we'll play it by ear then. For now, I've been Teeaboo. See you next time. Peace.